Greetings, I'm Tim of Gothberg, and welcome to the world of Hublot. Today I will be your guide to the proper usage and care of your Hublot Classic Fusion Chronograph King Gold Green, an automatic winding watch by virtue of case-back winding mass. You can see that this is a self-winding mechanism that can be wound manually should you desire to do so, or should the watch stop. Simply take the crown in its first position flush to the case and turn 20 to 30 times. This will be sufficient to start the movement. You can see that the constant seconds hand, which operates independent of the chronograph, will begin to advance. Now you can set the time, you can set the date, you can operate the chronograph, and the watch will continue to wind itself via the kinetic action of the wrist. But if you wish to wind fully, simply continue turning approximately 50 turns, and that will fully wind the watch up to its 42-hour reserve. But if you want to listen for a subtle click or tick, just to be sure, that's the bridle style mainspring slipping to relieve excess tension. It's your sign the watch is fully wound, and it's also a mechanism there expressly to prevent accidental overwinding. You cannot accidentally overwind the watch. There are two subsidiary setting modes that allow more precise setting of time as well as date. The first is hacking or stop seconds. When you pull the crown out 2 detents or 2 clicks from flush, the winding position, you can see that the seconds hand stops. That is so you can synchronize the watch to a reference time. What I like to do is stop the seconds hand right at 60 on the subdial and then set the watch to the correct hour. Let's say, for example, the correct hour here is going to be 4 o'clock and it's currently 4:10. Well, what I'm actually going to do is set to the correct hour against an online atomic clock, and then I'm going to set 1 minute ahead because I want my reference time to catch up with the time I've set. When the two match, when that reference time catches up to the second, you push in the crown, and now you've synchronized your hour, your minute, and your second to the reference time. There's also a quick set function for the date. Let's say right now it's the 7th as indicated, but the actual date is going to be the 21st. Well, I can use the quick set function, pulling the crown out 1 click from flush to the case, and then turning in a counterclockwise direction. I can rapidly adjust that date to correct if the watch should run down or encounter an irregular length month. Now, there is one handling restriction. You don't want to use this quick set function between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as that is the period during which the watch is engaged in its own automatic jump of the date. Attempting to use the quick set between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. can cause significant damage to the date mechanism. The chronograph is this watch's principal complication. It's used for gauging the duration of any event. It's a stopwatch function that reads up to 30 minutes with the register at 9 o'clock. Now you must start it with the pusher at 2, stop it with the pusher at 2, and reset it with the pusher at 4 o'clock. Always in that order. Never attempt to reset while the chronograph is still running. That would be a flyback chronograph, and this is not a flyback chronograph. You'll sense there's a little bit of resistance if you try to reset the system while it's running. That's the watch reminding you that you need to stop and then reset exclusively in that order. There are 3 areas of hazard with respect to the handling of your watch: water, magnetism, and shock. Water is ubiquitous. It's also the gravest threat to the cosmetic as well as mechanical condition of your watch. This timepiece is 50 meters water resistant, which is sufficient for surface swimming. However, take note that leather, as featured on the strap, is a porous natural material that is never water resistant. Ensure the watch is on a full textile or rubber strap before donning it for aquatic activity. It's also important to note that you can help avoid accidental drowning. When the watch is submerged, or even while there's water on the case, don't actuate either of the chronograph pushers, and don't pull the crown or wind with the crown, as attempting to use the functions while the watch is wet can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the case. Finally, lubricants will age, and over time seals will degrade. Therefore, Hublot recommends at least every 24 months having the water resistance of the watch checked at an Hublot authorized service center. This is also a good time to have total condition, water resistance, and operating precision checked, as this may be the time to take a full overhaul of the watch into consideration. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about magnetism. Magnets are everywhere. They're in the closures of wallets and purses, refrigerator doors. They're inside speakers and subwoofers. They're inside your laptop right next to the speakers. And powerful electromagnets, as those created by wiring looms and personal devices, can magnetize the hairspring at the center of your watch's balance. That's its heartbeat. A magnetized hairspring will run quickly, slowly, erratically. If you suspect due to erratic running that your watch may have become magnetized, take it to an Hublot authorized service center where special equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize your watch. Shock can cause more permanent damage. At a minimum, shock or impact can leave discrepancies in the timing precision of your watch. Maximally, it can cause physical damage to the case, the crystal, the dial, even the movement. So ensure the watch is disused during activities such as firearms marksmanship, concussive sports such as batting, tennis, and golf, as well as the riding of ATVs or mountain bikes. Ultimately, every fine mechanical timepiece requires a comprehensive service, just like a high-performance car. Per Hublot, this is every 3 to 5 years. I can't recommend strongly enough having the total condition and necessity of an overhaul double-checked during the 24-month water test. Should service be necessary, it will involve reconditioning of the case, replacement of worn straps, restoration of factory-rated water resistance, as well as cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of the movement for precision and longevity. This should be performed solely with Hublot service centers or the Hublot factory itself, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, specialized tools, and Hublot factory replacement parts to maintain the value of your watch as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies can back all parts and labor invested with an Hublot factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the usage and care of this or any Hublot timepiece.